What's up guys, welcome back to another video. You're watching Brozar, and today we're going to be talking about two mice from Logitech. We got the MX Master series as well as a much cheaper mouse. I don't know the exact name, I'm going to call this the mini mouse. So let's get right into the review. Alright, so before we get into each of the categories that we're going to be talking about, let's get a little bit of an overview about each mouse. So this is the mini mouse, as I'm going to call it. It's just got basic left and right click. It's very small plastic material and that middle scroll wheel. So very basic mouse. And then over here we have Logitech's very high-end mouse that's well known by a lot of video editors and such. You know, the MX Master lineup of mice. I have the MX Master 2S with me, which is a second generation, so that's what we're going to be referring to during the video. It's got all these bells and whistles and whatnot, so it's the top of the line mouse. So we're going to really see how this super cheap mouse can stack up with the MX Master. So let's get into each of the reasons. So now we're going to be getting into a couple of categories in which each of the products might perform better. I'm going to leave timestamps down below, so you guys might want to go check that out. So now the first one is handedness. So if you are left-handed, then this is a no-brainer that the mini mouse is for you. It's ambidextrous, so it works with left or righties, whereas this one is clearly meant for right-handed people with the thumb and the slanted design which fits in the palm of a right-handed person. So if you're left-handed, you have to go with the mini mouse. Next category is going to be comfort. This one obviously goes to the MX Master. It's got a solid metal construction, which feels really good and premium, as well as rubberized grip throughout, which is awesome for this mouse, whereas our mini mouse here is just too mini and it's made completely out of plastic and doesn't feel very good at all. Next, we're going to talk about customizability, and again, this is a no-brainer to the MX Master mouse because it's got like 7 different buttons on here. You could do all these different things. It comes with the whole app where you can customize each and every button to do what you want it to do. It's also really well known for having this horizontal side scroll wheel that you can actually customize to do anything. This middle part, actually, it can be, you know, clicky, you can hear. But then you click this button here and then you can just put it into like a infinite motion. So that's really amazing about this one if you're like going through a bunch of documents and stuff. And then again, it's got this gesture button here. So this bottom area right here, I didn't even know before I bought this mouse, it's actually a button. Yes, it's a button. You can click it down with your thumb and it's actually 5-in-1. Basically, if you click it, it does one thing, but if you click it, move up, back, left and right, it does all different kind of things. You can make it like change the volume or the brightness, for example. So that's a really awesome for customizability, which obviously goes to the MX Master lineup of mice. All right, so next we're going to talk about battery life, and both of these are very different. This one does not come with an actual battery inside of it, whereas you have to actually charge it, and it's a really good battery life for the 2S and the 3 series. You know, it's more than like 40 days, I'd say, but the first series, it's about 40 days capped, so then you're gonna have to go charge it with micro USB. If you have the Master 3, it's USB-C to charge it. So that's pretty cool about this. It's not bad by any means at all, but this one, you just put a AA battery in here. It's lasting me like 2 or 3 years now. I've never had to change it. So although battery is not really a problem in each of them, I definitely give the battery life winner to the mini mouse. Next, we're going to be talking about portability. So looking at both of these, you can easily tell that the mini mouse is obviously much smaller than the Master series of mice. And that's why that award is going to go to the mini mouse. And also, in addition, right under the mouse itself, there's like a little tray where you can put in that USB dongle to carry around, whereas there is no such spot in the Master. So you're gonna have to take that dongle and put it somewhere else when you're traveling. So the smaller size is much better to travel with. Next, we're gonna talk about tracking, and this prize goes to the MX Master because it's got 4 rubberized grips on the bottom, and it's actually very well known to be able to track on any surface, including general wood, metal, and even glass, which is usually the hardest to track on. But it's got really nice grip, and it can track on glass as well. So that's really awesome. And whereas this one just has like plastic feet, nothing cool about it. So if you are a gamer and whatnot, you can also note that the MX Master has either 1600 DPI for the MX Master 1, whereas the Master 2 and 2S and the 3 have a DPI of 4000. So that's pretty cool if you are looking into gaming. One thing to note is that this thing is actually pretty chunky, where this is very light. So if gaming is like a second priority to you, you should look at this because it's a little bit lighter. But if you want the higher DPI, then go for the Master. Next, we're going to be talking about connectivity. So the Master wins this one because you can actually connect up to 3 devices simultaneously with this button on the back. You can just switch between them. It also has a Logitech Flow capability, which is really cool. You can be connected to multiple devices at a time, and you can actually if you need to transfer files and whatnot back and forth, instead of uploading it to like some software like Google or something and transferring it back downloading it back onto the other device, you can actually just drag and drop from different devices by connecting multiple devices at the same time, which is really, really cool. If you are using multiple computers, then I definitely recommend this one. It's also, in addition to having that wireless dongle style, you can also do Bluetooth to connect, so you don't have to worry about your computer using up one of those dongles. Whereas this is wireless as well. It works perfectly, but again, it's only limited to that dongle. If you don't mind the dongle, it's great, but if you want that Bluetooth, then you're gonna have to go for the MX Master. Lastly, we're gonna talk about pricing, and this is a no-brainer that this thing is worth like $10, whereas this thing can go anywhere between $60 and $100. Depends if you go with the Master Series 1 or the MX Master 3. So that's a big differentiating factor between these mice. So now we're going to be going over a couple of best use cases. If you are somebody who is on a budget and just use basic web browsing and stuff, I definitely recommend this mini mouse. I'll leave the link in the description. It's great and it gets the job done. Now, if you are looking for a mouse that can connect to different devices, you use like 2 or 3 computers at a time, then you might want to look into the Logitech MX Master mouse because of that flow capabilities. It's really cool. Now, if you're a person on the go, you have to go to work and come back, and you need something small and easy to travel with, again, this is super small, easy to move around with. You just put the dongle right into the mouse, and that works perfectly. Lastly, for video editors and gamers. So first of all, gamers, I would recommend none of these mice. There are much cheaper options that are more geared toward gaming. They're lighter and stuff like that. For example, this one, it's got a great DPI, but it's got probably buttons that you probably don't even need if you're gaming, and it's really hefty. Whereas this one is light, but it doesn't have a good tracking. So there are multiple other mice that you should go for gaming, not these ones. Now, if you're a video editor, I would definitely recommend this one. The side scroll wheel on this thing is just incredible. It works amazing, and I would highly recommend that you get it. It makes your life so much easier. Or even if you're using any other pro apps where you need to go through a timeline kind of thing, then this is great. Even if you're like a coder or something, scrolling through multiple pages, this infinite scroll capability is just amazing. You can like smoothly just rip through a bunch of pages, and it's so amazing. So those are a few use cases for each of these mice. So that has brought us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, comments, or any feedback, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And before you do that, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe if you aren't already. It will help me out a lot, and it will be great for you as I have a lot of budget best value tech content coming soon. And if you do have any recommendations, be sure to leave those down in the comments as well. That's pretty much it. This video is about to be done. I'm out in 3, 2, 1.